Tua Tagovailoa returns to Miami Gardens, but this time he's in a different uniform. Thank our lucky stars. The Miami Dolphins face off against the Atlanta Falcons to complete the 2026 preseason, and we're going to tell you all about it right now.
Yeah. Welcome to the 305 Gridiron. Anthony and Josh in the zone. They just slid on, breaking down plays all day. That's the biz on. Every snap, every trap, every blitz on. Talk, turf, talk, tape, talk pride. From the tailgate smoke to the goal line drive. Aqua Ace cooking heat when the mics turn up. If you're repping Miami, put your hands right up. Hey, this the 305 Gridiron. Dolphins talk, we live it up. Anthony and Josh, Aqua Ace, yeah, they light it up.
Fins up, ladies and gentlemen, like the fans booing Tua when he comes onto the field this weekend. Let's hear you. Let's hear your voices, and let's hear them loud. For Josh, a.k.a. Aqua Ace, over here to my left, I'm Anthony Pinzone. This is the 305 Gridiron. We're a Miami Dolphins podcast, so if you didn't know what we were and you were wondering what the heck was going on, well, that's it. We talk Miami Dolphins 365 days a year because we hate ourselves, and we love football. So, Josh, how are we doing today, bud? We got a great show lined up talking Falcons-Dolphins.
So excited. I'm doing wonderful. Work is nuts, but home life is beautiful as always. Super excited to be doing 2 live shows a week
It's a beautiful
with
thing.
you, buddy, and the chat once they start joining. Yeah, really excited. This is going to be a fun show because we're going to be talking about one certain player in particular who you mentioned at the top of the show that used to be a Miami Dolphins quarterback.
Yeah, buddy. I know we have been meaning to be back to two live shows a week for about 2 weeks now. It just didn't work out the first 2 weeks. So third time's the charm. Here we are. Second show this week. If you haven't caught Monday's show yet, we reacted to whatever that game was against the Giants. And we talked a lot about what we want to see from the future for the Dolphins in terms of different
Less about the
positions
game.
and stuff of that nature. Yeah, not a whole lot about the game. There wasn't a lot to talk about. Unless you want like some deep dive into Cam Miller's first half or something like that, or like play-by-play of
12.
right, play-by-play of Mark Gronowski's NFL debut. I don't think there was much to talk about there. On today's show, we're talking once again, do the starters play? Let's play that game again because we failed at it last time. What do we still need to learn from this team? We're going to talk about our way too early 53-man roster. Going to talk Tua. Of course, we're going to talk Tua. We're going to do a little buy, sell, or hold, and then we're going to close it out with another quick fire, 2 quick fires in a row. Can't wait for that. You know us here. We love the rapid reaction, quick fire, fast-paced segments. Yep. So can't wait to get to that. But first, we are starting with the question we have asked literally 3 weeks in a row now. Do the starters even play? We have no idea. We do know one person in particular is going to be playing who we cannot believe is going to be playing, because when we drafted this player, there was nothing but excitement, and the excitement was, well, maybe we'll see him by week 6 or something like that, right? And here we are, preseason week 3 of the 2026 NFL season, just, 4 months after the draft.
Crazy.
And wide receiver Chris Bell out of Louisville is suiting up for the Miami Dolphins for a preseason game. What a freaking trip, dude.
I'll be honest with you. What it is to be young again, huh? What a bounce back. Holy crap. I coughed too hard and I'm stuck in bed for 3 days.
Bro.
This man's coming back from a week 8 college season ACL injury and minor other ligament damage post-surgery, and is back playing in preseason week 3. It's incredible news for us as Dolphins fans. We were hyped to the moon when we were able to get him in the draft. Projected early projections on him pre-injury, first round wide receiver. We got him late in round 3. And I'll be honest with you, man, him and Caleb Douglas, they're giving me a little bit of hope at the wide receiver room.
I got to tell you, the 3rd round picks look fantastic. I mean, we took Caleb Douglas, Will Kazmarek, and Chris Bell in the 3rd round. All 3 projected to start.
Yeah.
Right. What is happening? Sully could not write up a better draft than what he's had so far. And in Monday's show we talked about do we have the best rookie class in the league? And both of us balked at that statement. But I will say we may be starting the most rookies this year.
Yeah.
So
I'd say so. And I don't necessarily know if it's out of necessity or out of talent, but who gives a shit? They're starting. That's all that matters. They're getting legitimate NFL time on the field.
yeah.
So important.
So who's going to be throwing it to Chris Bell? We know Chris Bell is playing. We've gotten semi-confirmation on that. So we think Chris Bell is playing, I should say. But is there anything meaningful left to learn about playing the starters? I think hell yeah, but I'm going to let you answer first here. What is left to learn by playing our starters here in the week 3 of the preseason?
Tons. T-O-N-S, tons. Because we've only seen them for what? One drive?
One drive.
In preseason week 1. And, you know, I don't know how long they play. Word is that the starters are going to get some run in this game. I don't know what that means in a Jeff Hafley scheme. But I was shocked when they didn't play last week. I assumed, if you remember back when there were 4 preseason games, preseason week 3 was when starters trotted out and played most of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then rested week 4 of the preseason. Well, we only have 3 preseason games. So I assumed, stupid me, middle of the 3, week 2, they were going to get their run, but they didn't. So I do think that there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn from a continuity standpoint from their part, right? Playing with each other. Most of them are new. Yeah. We get to see them for what will be the second time, and get to see how they've been gelling in camp, get to see, hopefully, the starting offensive line build a beautiful pocket for Malik Willis, get to see Malik Willis hand the ball off to our beautiful, shiny shining re-signed running back in Von Achan, throw the ball to our shiny re-signed running back Devon Achan, hopefully a lot, and then see these 2 rookies, because I'll tell you what, outside of those 2 rookies at the wide receiver room, I'm not overly hyped about it. I didn't have much hope for Tolbert and Atwell, but I did have some hope for Washington, and he's been really up and down. So really excited to see them kind of get out there from an offensive standpoint. What are your thoughts from the defensive side, though?
Yeah, I want to see starters on both sides. I want to see starters for the whole first damn half. I mean, I don't think there's hardly any players on this team who have done enough in the league to be like, oh yeah, you don't really have to play in the preseason. Like, we have what we were talking about on last show, 8 guys maybe.
Well, not counting rookies. Yeah, 8 guys.
Right. There's 8 guys, 8 veterans on this team who you would say, yeah, I like that guy. He doesn't really need to play, right?
Yep.
But everybody else, get out there. You haven't earned shit.
and I do wonder, this could be a very long segment if we were to dive into the minutia of this. And really quick shout out to Blake. What's up, buddy? Welcome.
Blake?
Love it when you're here. You bring the energy. Keep it up. Blake, chime in on this too. What is that balance that you want to see between trotting out all of your starters and protecting them from injury? Because obviously there's not, for the majority of us, there aren't many expectations on this team. The national pundits and national media thinks we're going to have the number 1 overall pick. Some of us on this show tend to agree with that. But
not as long as the Browns and the Jets are still in the league.
I mean, that's that's fair. We'll be fighting for the number 1 overall pick, I guess is what I should say. So what is that balance? Because you do want them to get on-field time before kind of live bullets is what they say, right? Before they start seeing live bullets. But also, you don't want to trot them out there against a team that might be resting their starters and trotting out their second and third string who try to do too much and roll over on your quarterback and tear his ACL or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm so happy you asked this because it's not even on the show notes, but I kind of threw it up to you and you took it. That's why I love doing this show with you. But yes, I want to see just the guys who have earned it on the bench, right? If we're talking offense, that means Aaron Brewer and Devon Achan. Everybody else, get your ass out there, right? Yeah. If we're talking defense, you can still Brooks, Sealer, fine. You're on the bench. Everybody else, get your ass out there. I want to see all of them. The running back 2 position is still very much up in the air. Get Ollie and Jalen out there with the starters. See what they can do with the actual real offensive line that we have. Defense is the same thing. We've seen Kyle Lewis and Jacob Rodriguez and Michael Taff and all the other rookies playing with other rookies and other second-tier guys and see what they can do with the starters. What do we have in these guys? And I know we're going to learn that throughout the season because our coaching staff would be silly if they thought we were playoff contenders this year. But why not start now? Why not? There's no way you don't know who your 53 is going to be at this point. There hasn't been that many really good competitions going on, that you're sitting there like I imagine you only have 43 guys you actually like, let alone 53.
I mean, that's
so
fair. That's fair.
like,
the waiver wire is going to be beautiful. I'll tell you that much.
Right. Let's stop imagining for a second that we're still trying to figure out who's good and who's not. We know by this point. Get the starters out there, see how they play together. There's a very select few, a handful at most, that I wouldn't play, and let's go.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'll extend the conversation to, do you think the offensive line, specifically the offensive line, because what do they say? The offensive line, the more time they play together as a unit, the better they are.
Yeah.
Do you think that it is a fair assumption to assume that the starting five trot out there? And if the answer is yes, which I believe it is, do you want to see them for an extended trot, including Brewer, including Patrick Paul, including, Austin Jackson, specifically Austin Jackson with his injury history? Do you want to see them for an extended period of time so that we can watch them gel and get them more time on tape? Or do you want to wrap some of these guys in bubble wrap and trot out some of the second and third stringers?
It's interesting. I should want to see Brewer out there with Proctor and Savaiinaea, because Savaiinaea was on his left last year. He's on his right this year. I guess that makes a difference. And then Proctor on his left. But I kind of don't, because I think we need to see, do we have a backup center, right? Yeah. Like put Meyer out there, put Boniface out there.
Well,
whatever.
Boniface, I think, is gone already, if I'm not mistaken.
He's gone already. All right, so put Meyer out there and see how, and then right? Yeah, we need to go sign a center.
Yeah,
because if we have to rely on Meyer, we're dead.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I think we should sign a center regardless. But yeah, I'm with you. Your point stands.
But I don't. My worry, there's a question we have on our show notes about health versus development. You mentioned it just before. And my worry is those four guys I mentioned are the four guys we can't go without. Right? Yeah. Like, you can throw Malik in there if you want to, but he's new here too, and he needs the reps. But man, we can't lose Brewer.
Yeah, we can't lose Achane.
We're so screwed if we lose Brewer. We're so screwed if we lose Achane. If we lose Brooks, you could say, we have a lot of linebacker depth. Not on his level, right? No. And the same with the defensive tackles. We have a lot of defensive tackle depth, but not on Zach Sealer's level. So it's those are the four guys that we really just can't afford to lose to a stupid injury because they were playing in week 3 of the preseason. Everybody else, I don't
get out there.
Yeah. Get out there.
Yeah, and the good thing is, I will say this: what changes from the what we're normally looking at from a team construction standpoint is we're insanely young. I think we are officially the youngest team in the NFL. So, where you want to protect some of the aging veteran stars on your team that have been in the league for 8, 9 years, 7 years, whatever, kind of going into their, maybe in the middle of their first massive contract or their second massive contract. They're like, we don't want to run Jalen Ramsey out there. We don't need to see Tyreek Hill out there. We don't need to see, TJ Watt, not that he was ever on our team, but really, really good player. But Caleb Douglas, yeah, sure. You're our projected, in my opinion, number 1 wide receiver. Get your fucking ass out there and play at least the first quarter. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because even if they get injured, knock on wood, assuming it's nothing season ending, younger players tend to bounce back a lot quicker. So it's going to be fun. I'll tell you what, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm excited.
Most of the veterans on the team are one year signings. So it's
so who gives a shit?
It's not much to lose. By the way, there a little bit of news. We kind of glossed. Hey, Jorge, welcome into the show, man. Blake and Jorge, welcome in, guys. If you're here too, say hi in the chat, even if you don't plan on chat. And we just love to say hi to you, know that you're here.
Yep.
A little bit of news is Jamari Salyer went on IR, and now he's cut. So what happened was Salyer thinks that he can come back this season. The Dolphins don't think that he can come back this season. So they came to an agreement on an injury settlement. And now Salyer's going to go rehab and try to sign on with another team late in the season. Miami was like, cool, go for it.
Yeah, I don't hate that decision for both parties. Am I sad that Salyer left? Yes, because I thought he was a perfect, offensive lineman, number 6. He could play every position. We talked about every position outside of center. But look, you gotta listen to your doctors, right? And so if our team doctors are saying, guys, even if he does come back, he's not coming back. He's not coming back 100%.
And even if maybe they do think he could come back, but they just don't want to hold the roster spot, right?
True, right? But then you could put him on IR. It's not taking him around. I mean, there's options. So my guess,
but then you have to use your IR designated to return, which you get very limited for, and you may want to keep that for. Yeah. You may want to keep that for a more important player. So it's
True. No, 100%. Yeah. I just think, if the doctors say one thing and the player says another, maybe he got a second or third opinion. Okay, cool. Well, we disagree fundamentally on this decision. We're not going to put you in a position to ruin the rest of your career or to prolong your injury. If you insist, fine. Settlement. See you later. And it sucks because we talked about it. Austin Jackson's probably playing 6 games this year if we're lucky. So it was lucky. It was kind of like a soft cushion to fall back on if we knew Sawyer was going to step in, because he played offensive tackle. He's played offensive guard on both sides of the ball for a few years now. So it's going to be interesting. We're getting a little thin already, and it's a little nerve-wracking.
Last thing we'll talk about on the do the starters even need to play topic. I do think we should talk about the quarterback because he is the hottest topic on any team, really. Do you really think Malik Willis needs another series or two, or have you seen enough?
I mean, I've seen enough, but I want to see a few more series. I know that kind of answers it on both sides. Sorry, I don't mean to talk out of both sides of my mouth, but if we didn't see him, I would feel okay. But I want to see him because I want to see the chemistry. I want to see the chemistry that they've been working on building. Because every practice, there are throwing sessions after practice. There are throwing sessions before practice. There are weekend throwing sessions. These guys are throwing to each other on a regular basis. What I want to see is, it's one thing to go against our high school level defense. It's another to go against another NFL caliber defense. I want to see it against better talent. I don't need to see it for a lot, maybe 2, maybe 3 series, but let's see what the offense could look like. Half tends to, at least from what we've seen in the first 2 preseason games, to call a very vanilla offense and a very vanilla defense, to let his players show that they can do the fundamental things. Get to your spot, make your cut. If it's a 5-yard and out, go 5 yards and out. Don't go 6, don't go 4, don't go 10. Like the real basic shit, so that they can start analyzing these young players in this young roster. What I want to see is I want to see this team. I want to see this roster. I want to see the starters go out and play and show us what we are going to, or what we should be expecting to see on Sunday when we watch football.
Perfectly said. Nothing to add to that, my friend. Let's move on. What do we still need to learn? There's some good questions in here. So what's the biggest unanswered question heading into the finale? We have a variety of topics to talk about, none of which bigger than the backup quarterback position. We were just talking quarterbacks, which Jorge is chiming in on here. Yep. We need the starters starting at least a quarter. I could not agree more.
100%.
Truthfully, I'd like to see a half, but I don't think we'll get that. So I won't be greedy. Let's see a quarter.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback, man, real problem. Cam Miller went out there and looked semi-decent last week. Quinn Ewers hasn't even looked that. Quinn Ewers has looked like he doesn't belong on a football field ever, which is surprising because he's put on some good tape in regular season games in the past. But in the preseason, this man cannot do anything worth talking about other than bad stuff. So backup quarterback going into this week 3, what do we need to learn from this? I'm assuming the big question is we need to learn if we have a backup quarterback.
Well, I'm going to choose to answer this in a different manner.
Okay.
And it might not make a lot of sense. So if it doesn't, let me know and I'll try to reword it. I want to see our backup quarterback who's on another team, because I don't think Quinn Ewers, Cam Miller, or Gronkowski are NFL starting quality quarterbacks in any way, shape, or form. Backup quarterbacks, any way, shape, or form. I think Ewers is a practice squad stash, because I do think there were some good things that you saw last year when kind of there were no assumptions about him from the other team. There were no expectations from him from this team, because we were already kind of out of the playoff contention. The season went down the toilet really early. And so he was just out there slinging the ball like he was at University of Texas.
Yeah.
For some reason, to your point, I don't know, maybe it's because he's not playing with the starters. He has looked, I mean, there's whale shit, and then there's Quinn Ewers. You know what I mean? Like that's how bad it's been. And that's not, I don't think it's a true indictment on him as a player. I think he's more talented and has more talent than he's put out on tape on the field so far. But I don't think I wouldn't feel comfortable going into the season with just him and Ewers, or Malik and Ewers.
It's certainly a positive retrospect on Mike McDaniel's time coaching the quarterbacks, to tell you that much, because Quinn has looked nothing but horrible since, really since 2023. Why did 2023 such a different year for this team? I don't understand. Or was it 24 that we drafted him?
Yeah, Quinn was a rookie last year.
Yeah. Oh, he was a rookie last year?
Yeah.
I
2024,
thought it was 2 years
2025.
ago. Okay.
Nope. He came in
Rookie
last year. Yep. And when everything went tits up, we were like, fucking please go try something.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, there's not much you're going to find on the opposite side of the ball from us. That's for sure. I mean, the Falcons fans love Jack Strand, but that just might be because it's the only healthy quarterback they have. Otherwise, they have Cooper Rush and Michael Penix and Tua, and neither of those two are getting cut. So you're looking at Cooper Rush or Jack Strand as potential replacements, and I call me crazy. I don't think either of them are going to fill the gap there.
No,
so we're looking
I'm
around the league more than anything.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm going to be watching a lot of these games this weekend, starting on Friday, and looking at who plays. That's not the quote unquote projected starter, because assuming, or there's going to be teams that have quite a, like, I think Pittsburgh has like 4 decent quarterbacks. Yeah. I mean, like, relatively could trot out there and do something type quarterback. So I'm spoiling our next segment for me, but I mean, I think our backup quarterback is not on this roster right now.
I would tend to agree with that. Let's go to the chat real quick here. Quinn threw 2 more picks today in practice and a touchdown to Coleman. You don't think he fits the Halfley style, says Jorge.
Jorge, I'm curious about that because, and I don't know about you, Anthony. Do we really know what Halfley's offensive system is? They haven't called anything other than vanilla plays. He's admitted it. He's purposely doing that in the preseason for the first couple of weeks. I don't know if he'll change it for this last game, but he's purposely been not calling, a lot of motions, he's like, you go here, you're going to run that.
Just like everybody else, right? I mean,
right. And so I honestly don't know I know it's not Halfley style. This is really our offensive style. It's Slowick style. And you can deduce from, what his style is from his time with CJ Stroud, his rookie year in Houston, but things have changed. He employs a motion offense, just like McDaniel, just not as much. Those quick reads, that sets up the long ball. So I'm curious, and I'm not saying that Quinn, to your point, I'm not saying that Quinn can't run the offense. I just think he's in his head too much.
I am. I didn't like him in college. And I don't like him in the NFL. I just don't think he's a very good quarterback. And there's plenty of other talent out there that we could bring in here. What's up, Cat in the Hat, man? Welcome in. 2020. Yeah. Okay. I mean, Slowick was the offensive coordinator of that unit when they surprised everybody and went 10-7. I believe that was D'Amico's first year as head coach for the Texans. That would be fantastic.
CJ Stroud was like the next coming of God here, and then that went down quick.
Yeah. To your point about the Steelers, that is obvious. I think most Dolphins fans are looking at them first and foremost. They do have Will Howard and Mason Rudolph as their second and third quarterbacks listed right now, but they drafted Drew Aller in the draft this year.
Good.
Who has looked pretty good. There's no chance he gets to the practice squad if they try to do that kind of trickery there. So either they're keeping 4 quarterbacks or they have to make a decision there. So we'll see what happens. I think the wide receiver pecking order is another interesting topic here on the unanswered questions. I do think that Caleb Douglas has done everything he could to solidify himself as the wide receiver 1, and then everything else is a question mark after that. Seemingly, Chris Bell has an opportunity to make a name for himself and get himself into the starting rotation sooner than later. I don't think it's going to be week 1. But the way that the other wide receivers have been playing, it could be.
I mean, look, nothing would surprise me this year, man.
Well, we got Malik Washington, who seems to be a nice safety blanket for Malik Willis. So I think the Malik to Malik connection is pretty solid. Kevin Coleman making some plays last week against the Giants. He looked decent. I think he's definitely in line for some more playing time. And then Tutu Atwell and Tolbert, whose first name I'm forgetting all of a sudden. Jalen Tolbert has been maybe the most disappointing signings that we've made this offseason, who have proved absolutely nothing other than the fact that they can't catch the ball. So I'm wondering, man, like where are you seeing this wide receiver pecking order right now? Like, do you anticipate we're signing more guys here to come in and play receiver, or you think we're going to make a mountain out of not a mountain out of a molehill? You think we're going to make lemonade out of lemons with this group?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think I don't want to ruin too much because our next segment we talk specifically about how many make the team.
Gotcha.
But I do think it's a mix of filling the back end of our wide receiver room with outside talent. We're going to see some bigger names cut, in my opinion, and we're going to see a lot of young players play. To cat and hats, we grabbed Ryan Miller yesterday from the Giants. Or
whatever that means.
Gianta. From the Giants. He's one of their like kind of younger wide receivers. But I don't think it's set. I don't even think it's set at the top because I feel like there are days where, to Cat's point here, Malik Washington has been the most valuable receiver to Malik Willis at times. And I think that's a big caveat because there are times where he disappears in games. And on the other hand, on the days where Malik Washington isn't tearing it up and being kind of everywhere where he needs to be, it's Caleb Douglas, or it's, more recently Kevin Coleman, who's showing up kind of out of nowhere, running the last leg of the 4x4 and tearing it up. So, really, really curious to see your thoughts about the pecking order, but I just think it's going to be some of the guys that we have here, a big heavy dose of the young ones, and then maybe one or two that aren't currently on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really agree that Malik is our most valuable receiver. Certainly our most experienced one, just because he's been here for a while. But I think Caleb Douglas looks enormously confident out there. He's catching everything. He's fast. He's tall. He's athletic. He's agile. Like, this kid came out of nowhere. We drafted him unexpectedly, and he's just done nothing but perform since he's got here. I really think him and Malik Willis's connection is super strong already. And I'd be surprised if he's not our number one wide receiver this year.
Yeah. What about, speaking of surprise, what about offensive line depth?
We don't have any. Next question.
Done. How about our defensive secondary depth?
We don't have any of that either.
Awesome. How about our defensive depth as a whole?
There's some there at defensive tackle and linebacker, I will say. The secondary is kind of the odd man out over there. And I don't know why. It's not for lack of trying. We've added a ton of bodies in the secondary. It's just nobody's really sticking. Nobody's making a name for themselves. But meanwhile, in the linebacker room, you got Woodard out there going nuts trying to make a team that's already has a ton of linebackers on it.
Crazy.
I
love it.
Brooks is the head man. You got Dotson, who, love him or hate him, looks like he's probably making this team as a starter at this point because Jacob Rodriguez and Kyle Lewis haven't done anything to dethrone him. Willie Gay Jr. out there running all over the damn place. So I think, linebackers looking solid. Edge rusher needs some help because outside of Uche and Chop, I don't know that we have anything. And then defensive tackles look great. So yeah, we do have a defensive depth at some positions, but the secondary and edge rusher are not two of them.
Yeah, I might be a little crazy in saying this, but maybe not. I think the injury to Trey Moore, who is probably gone for the season, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's going to hurt us a lot more than we kind of anticipated. You know what I mean?
I think you're right, actually. I mean, Trey Moore was starting at Sam linebacker and then gets hurt in a dumb preseason game against the Giants where we weren't playing any starters. To your point before about health versus development, that one's a major blow.
Well, that's the conversation, right? There's that should have been our perfect example for health versus development because he was a young rookie coming in, shocked everyone by starting. Sorry, and then is now gone for the season probably.
We're going to talk about this in a segment. We're going to talk exactly how many players are we carrying at each position.
Most, I think, not every position.
Not every, but most. But you might be surprised that we may almost agree with you. Abel, welcome back to the show, buddy. It's been a while. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Hope you and the fam are doing great, dude. Hot take, Willie Gay gets cut. Well, yeah. I wouldn't surprise me. It would surprise me a little bit now that Trey Moore is probably out.
It would surprise me a lot, and I don't disagree. But it would surprise me.
I
don't think we're trading him.
I heard he might be traded. Who's going to trade for him?
Yeah, I don't think anyone will.
He's like a 5th or 6th linebacker on a terrible team. They'll just wait for him to get cut, in my opinion. But all right, let's move on. Our way too early 53-man roster. We only took half the show on the other two topics that were supposed to be fast. I apologize. Not doing a great job over here. All right. Miami's in a few tough spots. We're gonna solve it right here. So Halfley, Sully, come on in.
Cut everyone.
Listen to the show. Don't talk to me about Taj Washington's Jorge. It's a sore subject. All right.
Yeah, that was his boy.
All right. Taj is going to make the team. Don't worry about it.
Taj is a starting number 1 wide receiver, ladies and gentlemen.
What could have been? What could have been? Yeah, for those who don't know what the heck we're talking about, yeah, that's Taj Washington. He got cut to make room for Ryan Miller. Yeah, Willie's not the brightest crayon in the box, if we had to say something there. But let's get into it. Way too early roster decisions, my friend. How many quarterbacks are we carrying? You guys in the chat chime in as well. First question, how many quarterbacks are we carrying? And are all those quarterbacks currently on the roster?
I think, well, if we're counting practice squad, I think we're carrying 3 quarterbacks. I think we carry 2 on the active roster, and then with the new practice squad quarterback, kind of emergency third quarterback, you can bring up every game. There's not a limit. I think that allows teams to stash a quarterback. I think we carry 3 if you count the practice squad guy. And I think 2 of these quarterbacks are on the roster. One of them is not. And the one that is not is our backup.
Quinn, the mighty Quinn.
Well, Quinn's on our practice squad. Yep.
Oh.
Quinn's our practice squad guy. Malik's our starter, and our backup quarterback is from another team.
Interesting. I somewhat agree, but I think Cam Miller is the practice squad guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that because I think somebody will sign Quinn. He's a quarterback with starting experience.
From a big school. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. 3 quarterbacks is pretty much the norm. I would say if we had 4 that were decent, we could keep 4, but we don't even have 2 that are decent. So
we have one that's really good and then a bunch of scrubs.
Another big conversation we've been having a lot on the show lately, and Dolphins fans have been having a lot too, and both on YouTube and fan forums and stuff like that, is what's with the running back situation? I mean, outside of Achane, we got a bit of a problem here. Ollie Gordon did look good against the Giants, but then goes down with an injury. Jalen Wright looked like shit against the Giants. So, do any of the big 3 see themselves out the door? There's plenty of running back talent out there, especially ones that'll be cut. So,
yeah, hot take. I think, and man, is it hard for me to say this out loud. I think Ollie Gordon gets cut.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not wishing for it. I hope to God and praying that I'm wrong. Ollie Gordon's one of my favorite players on his team. Just because of what he did in college. And I was stoked that we got him in the 12th round of the draft.
Yeah.
I think
drafts.
I think a combination of, him being benched for his shenanigans in game or whatever it was that he did in the game, him disappearing.
Personal foul penalty.
Yeah. Him disappearing in practices from what I'm reading, him disappearing in the preseason week 2 game. I don't think either Gordon or Wright should feel safe, because I could definitely see both of them being cut and us just backfilling with 2 guys that we pull off of the waiver wire. I mean, genuinely. But and as much as it pains me, I think Wright has been the more consistent of the 2. I think Wright has a leg up on speed, has shown that he's put on, NFL level weight and mass to his body without sacrificing his speed. And I don't know. I have a feeling. I hope to God I'm wrong. I genuinely hope to God I'm wrong, but I just have this gut feeling that Ollie Gordon's going to get he's going to be one of the final 4 off this roster.
Yeah. Cat in the Hat thinks it's Jalen Wright, as does Jorge thinks it's Jalen Wright. Yep. I'm actually going to throw you a curveball. I don't think either of them gets cut. I think our 3 are staying put. Would I feel comfortable if I were the 2 backups? No, absolutely not. Not a chance in hell, because running backs are very easy to come by in the NFL. And if you start making mistakes like that in the regular season, that's Ollie or Jalen, probably finding yourself with a pink slip very quickly in your locker. So
coach needs to talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh no, bring your playbook.
We just talked quite a bit about the wide receiver position. You guys know what's coming in the chat, so hit it up. How many wide receivers make it? Who are the odd men out?
So I have, you know what? You go first.
You're going to let me go first.
I'm trying to be polite.
Well, Taj Washington's definitely making the team.
So is AJ Henning and Jalen Reagor. Okay.
No, I honestly think this is fairly simple. So Malik Washington, Chris Bell, Caleb Douglas, and Kevin Coleman. Obviously, I think those 4 are locked in. So then you're telling me I usually think we keep 6. So last year we kept 5. Weird. But 6 is usually around what they keep. Let's say it's 6. I I don't know that anybody else has made a name for themselves over Tolbert and Atwell. So I think they'll just end up keeping Tolbert and Atwell for the sake of, well, who do we keep over him? Theo Weiss, Terrace Marshall, Jalen Reagor, AJ Henning. Like, none of these guys have done anything of substance.
Cat thinks Reagor will make the team as a return man. I can see that, but
I doubt it. That dude's horrible. The fumbleitis. He's got stone hands. I have better hands than him.
Yep.
He was taking over Justin Jefferson, by the way. I was with my Eagles fan friend watching the draft, and he's sitting there yelling at the TV, Justin Jefferson, Justin Jefferson, Justin Jefferson. And the Eagles take Jalen Reagor. Ugh.
Yeah, not a good look.
Awful.
Not a great look.
Awful.
I'm with you. I tend to lean towards 6 wide receivers. I think every year we've been doing a podcast, whether it was for the show last year or the previous show the year before.
You're wearing their shirt?
Yep. Shout out to the vintage Vince Forecast.
So they're not around anymore, so they are vintage. Look at
that. I think we carry 6. It's the 4 that you mentioned off the top. I think we keep one of either Tolbert or Atwell. I am leaning more towards Tolbert, given the size that we have with some of our younger guys. I think Tolbert is kind of the odd man out. I think Tutu gives us the speed, could play as our return man if we need to. And I think we pull 1 or 2 off of another practice squad or off of another squad. Sorry, in the waiver wire. I mean, I think this team's going to, when I say I think we are going to hit the waiver wire hard and kind of just churn constantly. Again, we are a rebuilding team. What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Fucking Jalen Tolbert's never going to be more than a stopgap wide receiver. So who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd cut everybody outside of the big 4 and look for other guys. I mean, again, it's another position that's immensely deep in the NFL. You can find really good wide receivers on the waiver wire, especially post, cut down day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about tight ends? Do you have any go ahead.
Yep. Cat and Hat says Reagor returned 1 for 6 at Giants joint. That's a joint practice, and he's been getting solid return yards. I mean, maybe you're right. I'd be pretty bummed. I don't think Jalen Reagor's any good at anything, to be honest. But
and Reagor might make the team as a return man, not a wide receiver, because you can, you have.
But Kevin Coleman and Malik Washington are both pretty good return men too. So it's just
throw HN
Jalen Wright did pretty good in the Giants game at returner.
Just throw Jalen, or just throw HN out there. Fuck it.
Why not? We used to throw Tyreek out there.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
We're going back to the running backs real quick before you shift over to tight end. Sorry, the chat is popping, which we love.
No, I love it.
We're always going to prioritize you over our show notes. So, can't remember. Both Wright and Ollie kind of have fumble problems. Wright does. I don't know that Ollie does.
No, Ollie's pretty secure, but the problem is Ollie just for as big and as fast and as talented as he is, he just kind of disappears.
That's my statement on both of them. Like, for these big, powerful, fast guys, they hit the hole like a wet noodle. Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, Jorge is in line with us on the receivers. Look at that.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's how we know we got it right.
Hey, that's a big compliment. No, I know that sounded super sarcastic. Did not intend that to sound sarcastic.
Cat and a Hat's going to be in here, by the way, after cut down day and be like, I told you Reagor was making it.
Yeah, he sure is.
Yeah, you should, by the way.
You know what? Come in and flex on us. No problem.
Ah, shit. You guys down in Miami get all the insider
so
information. Cheaters.
My old stomping grounds. Kendall, baby. Now I'm up in Connecticut. Went from Kendall to Connecticut.
So Ollie and Wright do have fumbling problems. Cut them both. Okay, I'm changing my mind. Bring in 2 new ones.
No take backsies. What about the tight end? Without going player by player, any surprises, whether it be a surprise cut or a surprise maybe starter or a surprise keep?
Yeah, you're gonna. I hated this pick so much, and I don't know what happened, but now I love him so much. He's like one of my favorites.
Give it to me.
I think Will Kazmarek is starting, dude.
Welcome to the side, brother.
He's been the best tight end by far. It's not even close.
What'd I tell you?
Nothing against Dolchik. He's young. He's got some talent, and he can be a fine tight end too. But I think Kazmarek can play at tight end. Not just a blocker either. Traore hasn't shown shit. Cole Turner hasn't shown shit. They're both probably practice squad guys. Traore is a free practice squad guy, so why not take it? And I do think Ben Sims will be our tight end 3. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think the only surprise I would say is I think Kazmarek is closer to a starter at tight end than people want to imagine.
Not this people. Because this people was super excited and was raving about
holy
that pick.
Yeah, it's going too fast.
Oh, he got cut today. Well, that's okay. Who cares?
All right. Well, thanks for the update. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I don't think Ben Sims or hot take. I don't think Cole Turner makes the team. I don't think Ben Sims makes it.
Nice. It went right over my head.
Hey,
Nice
take it
one.
to the bank. Take it to the
There
bank.
you go.
I think we have 3 tight ends that will make this roster. I think my surprise is that Traore actually makes the initial 53 roster. Now, whether he stays on the 53, that's a whole nother conversation, but I think he makes the 53. And I mean, when we drafted Kaczmarek, I was the one banging the table for how excited I was. I am elated to know that you are officially on the dark side and with me about Kaczmarek. And I do agree with you. I don't think he starts week 1, but I think by week 4, he's our starting tight end.
But his biggest challenger isn't even Dolchik, though. Cat in the Hat has it here. It's Ben Sims, man. Ben Sims has been listed as a starter at the tight end fullback role, which is what we expect Kaczmarek to do.
Yeah.
And Sims has experience in Green Bay with these two already. So Benny's gonna Kaczmarek probably starts as a tight end 3, which is shocking, honestly. I think he's gonna rise up real quick though.
Yeah. Well, he keeps blocking people like he's been blocking them in these games. He's gonna be playing a lot, regardless of if he's a starter. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Here we go. Free Willy, Dolphin style. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing against Ben Sims either. Actually, I was excited about the Ben Sims signing because I thought he was a versatile tight end who did a lot of things that Dolchik doesn't do. So I'm not like mad about the Ben Sims thing. I just think that like Will's gonna pass him, right? Like he has to. Like the 3rd round tight end with an incredible blocking ability.
Underrated catching, has shockingly good speed for somebody his size. Yep.
Yeah. All right, man. What about the offensive line? We know who the starters are. The starting 5 are locked in. Do we have anybody who's making the team as a backup, or are we just going to have 5 offensive linemen after cut day?
That's it. Just 5. That's it. No, I think, I would have said Sawyer. Obviously, he's no longer on the team. Charlie Heck can go kick rocks. I do think
terrible.
I do think that and I'm blanking on his name, the guy the offensive tackle that we traded with New England for. What's his name?
Caden Wallace.
Yeah, I think Caden Wallace is going to play a big role this season, especially at the right tackle position. He came in kind of 3 days after the trade, played in the second preseason game, or first or second preseason. I don't remember. First preseason game, I think, and looked pretty fucking good, if you ask me. I think Andrew Meyer makes the team out of necessity. Because he's really, now that Boniface isn't on the team anymore, he's kind of our de facto backup center. Showed some flashes last year and the year before. Seems to stick around for some reason, unbeknownst to me. But honestly, other than that, I'm looking, for those of you that are wondering why I'm looking over here, I had the 305gridiron.com open up to our rosters page, which you can go check out. One of the many tabs and one of the many fun things we have on our new website. And I don't see a player here that I would keep. So it's really, I have 7 players right now. I think we carry something around 8 or 9 offensive linemen, if I had to guess. And I think, again, not to be repetitive, we're going to be hitting the waiver wire.
Yeah. Sorry. I call him Charlie Heck. No.
Yep.
He's looked bad. He's looked real bad.
Yep.
Pretty surprised if he makes the team. My guy Myers has looked bad. Yeah.
Yes. But again, we don't have a backup. So, I mean, it's unless we sign one, which I'm assuming we will be scouring the interweb, if you will, for a backup center. Don't unpack your bags is what I'm saying.
I don't have much to add there. I mean, I'm looking at the roster here. I mean, is Josh Preeb going to make it? He's had a quiet camp. DJ Campbell, we took in the 6th round.
No, he's had flashes, and he may make the team because he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Or because he's young and he's cheap. Let's be honest, we don't have money. I don't know, man. It's gonna be fun. I don't think anyone behind these starting 5 should unpack your bags. That's what I'm saying. Live out of your suitcase.
Yeah. I agree. Moving on, man.
Let's alternate here. So, defensive line and edge. Who's your one in and who's your one out?
For both combined or just one or the other?
No, one in, one out. Just doesn't matter at either position.
Yeah, Ajabo's out, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think the easy one to keep is obviously Chop. Chop's looking fantastic. Everybody's kind of talking him up. Who's been at camp? I'm sure Cat in a Hat will chime in, hopefully in the chat
Please. Yep.
about him. But Chop Robinson, for all we've seen and all we've heard, is looking like he's going to have his breakout season in year 3. Whereas David Ajabo, who is somebody I was hopeful for, just hasn't really done much. I think there's other guys here that I would actually like to see that make the team over him, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, we're alternating because I want to get to the next topic really quick. I want to talk about.
Oh, my bad.
I'll take linebackers. How does the rotation shake out? Here's my opinion. I think the season starts Dotson and Brooks. I don't agree with it, but Dotson and Brooks. Mainly because I don't think, unless Rodriguez blows up in this last preseason game, I don't think he's shown us enough yet for the coaching staff to feel comfortable with him starting, even though I think he's still very talented. I think he's him and Lewis, who have been very quiet, a lot more quiet than we assumed they would be. I think both of them are going to be studs in this league. So I think the season starts with Dotson and Brooks starting at the linebacker position. I think by week 4, we're going to see a lot more of Rodriguez. I don't know. I think who was the young linebacker that's been shocking everyone?
Woodard.
I think Woodard.
Jackson Woodard. Yeah.
That's my surprise to make this team. I think Woodard's looked really good. According to Jorge, Rodriguez got hurt today. Hope it was more precautionary. Maybe, I don't know. Can you give us any more information?
He got hurt. What more do you need?
Well, is it like, hey, I stubbed my pinky toe. They're keeping me out as a precaution, or hey, somebody rolled up on my ankle and it's broken and I'm never going to play again.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you? Why are you putting that into the ether?
I don't know. It's not what I want. Who is your surprise cut at the cornerback and safety room?
Wait. Cat in the Hat's got a dozen logs sitting in the backyard. He's going to chop one up for every sack he gets this year. That's what I'm talking about right there.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
My surprise cut for the cornerback room is probably a fan favorite, but unfortunately he can't stay on the field. I think Storm Duck is on his way out, man. I think it's unfortunate. He came in with a lot of moxie last year at a time where we had no talent at the cornerback position. He's currently hurt. Shocker. Wouldn't be surprised to see an injury settlement or something along the lines where he ends up on the free agency.
Yeah, I had Ethan Bonner finally.
Yeah, I can see that one too.
Yeah.
All right, want to talk Tua, or are you skipping that one?
Let's do it.
All right, Tua. Does seeing Tua Tagovailoa, our starting quarterback of the last, I don't know how many years, too many, 5 years.
No, more than that. Shit. 6, 7, something like that.
Does seeing him in Atlanta reinforce how badly Miami needed this reset? 67% of our cap.
Chat, chime in, please.
Shitter.
I have to know your thoughts on this because I do. I do. His second snap as an Atlanta quarterback, he fumbled the ball. And then proceeded to make some bullshit excuse in the media. I mean, look, this is not me dishing on Tua. I'm not trying to, kill the lame duck here. He is who he is, right? But I do think seeing Tua, I'm glad that we took our medicine. I'm glad he's no longer on the roster. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he gets his head right, he turns things around, and he succeeds in Atlanta. Genuinely. I'm just glad he's not. We don't have that circus anymore. We don't have to worry about a quarterback, getting, touched by a defensive end and having his 19th concussion in 4 years. We don't have to worry about him not being able to throw the ball where it needs to be because he's rattled or he's scrambling around in the pocket like we've seen. If you've watched any highlights from the Atlanta game, it has not been pretty, or preseason games. Seeing him play and watching his media sessions, and I went back and watched some just specifically for this take. I'm nervous for him, and I don't mean to be an alarmist, but I'm genuinely, he just doesn't sound right. Doesn't look right. Doesn't sound right. Some of the shit he says is kind of like, what's going on, brother? Like, you okay? And I'm glad that we took it on the chin. We cut our losses. We took our medicine. We have 63, whatever it is, % of our cap that's allocated to 53 of which is allocated to him. 53 million that is allocated to him. And then next year we're done. It's gone. We no longer have it hanging over our heads.
Yeah, I did see this cat in a hat. He said pretty much that he never got a chance to hit Tua in practice, so he can't wait to hit him in the game.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, he hopes he gets the opportunity to hit him in the game.
Yeah. He's definitely going to be playing because Penix isn't playing from what I read.
I hope you get the opportunity to do their chop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you on the Tua thing. I mean, the injuries just derailed that dude's career. He was very good in college.
He was
then he got the hip injury, and he never looked right again. And then he got the concussions, and then he started to look worse. And then he must have had a neck injury somewhere along the line because his arm strength completely disappeared. Imagining that's being hidden somewhere in the depths of the cellar. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any lingering what ifs on the Tua situation?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'll always have in the deep recesses of my mind, of my Dolphin fandom, who admittedly was a Tua guy. I was super excited. I would have drafted him over Herbert had I been the one making the decisions. Not saying that I was correct in that choice, but I've always been a Tua fan. I loved what he was doing in college. I loved the story, his family, his personal life. I love what he's about. And so because of that, from a human standpoint, there'll always be that little bit of, what if? Right? We saw what he can do when he's engaged and healthy and has talent around him.
Yeah.
We saw, he led the league in so many key quarterback stats. That 70 whatever points against the Denver Broncos was incredible. That comeback against the Ravens was,
that's the best Tua we've ever seen.
Some of the best football I've ever seen. It was
head-to-head against Kyler and the Cardinals.
Yeah. Touchdown for touchdown, amazing. And then you see other games and you're like, what
the hell happened?
Who the fuck is this? Yeah. Right. So yes, there will always be what ifs regarding Tua, but quiet what ifs.
I hope this is true, cat in a hat. I would love to see the starters out there, man. That'd be great.
Same.
It does feel weird to kind of see him on the other side of the ball, man. We put our hearts and souls into Tua as Dolphins fans, I feel like. Even despite all the Chargers fans in the Herbert versus Tua, and obviously Herbert's the best one, even though it's such revisionist history because nobody was saying that during the draft.
Yep. Tank for Tua was a thing.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be weird to see him on the other side of the ball.
It is.
Huge fan. He's one of 4 jerseys I have, and Tua was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really a big fan of his. That's unfortunate.
Yep.
What if Tua lights us? Yeah, watch. He will.
He
might. Never know. They'll get cut by Atlanta and retire, become a QB coach in college.
Look, honestly, I'm sure that was kind of said tongue in cheek. Maybe it wasn't, Jorge, but
yeah.
Look at what what's his name? Andrew Luck's doing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying fucking Tua's Andrew Luck, so chill out, please. What I am saying,
clearly much smarter.
Jesus, Luck was a generational quarterback who wanted to save his life.
Yeah.
But he's basically running Stanford's football program, if I'm not mistaken. Tua has the brains and can certainly, can certainly become a really good coach, I think.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah, Tua's duel against the Bills twice in Buffalo, man. Imagine we beat Buffalo in Buffalo. Oh, God, we're so close twice. So close.
Fucking Tyreek.
Welcome into the show, Sea Devil, and thank you for the compliment.
Hey,
man. I hope you're enjoying the show.
That means a lot, man. Or lady, I guess I shouldn't assume you're a guy. Sorry.
Man, lady, whatever you are.
Yeah, it means
you're
a lot.
Dude now. Thank you.
You're one of us. Can we finally, do you think that after this game is over, do you think that we can finally close the book on the Tua era?
I closed the book on the Tua era the second we finally cut him.
Let's be honest. We closed the book on the Tua era while he was here.
Yeah. Yeah. Watching that man try to throw a ball last year was infuriating. Not taking him out of the game was infuriating. It took forever for Mike to put Quinn in. And even though Quinn wasn't much better, at least he was competent and could throw the ball. And Tua was so panicked by that point. He couldn't even function. Yeah. He would hike the ball and then run around like a scared mouse being chased by a cat. It was unbelievable. So the book on Tua for me personally has been closed for well over a year at this point.
Same. Yeah. It was closed week 5 of the 2024 season.
Yeah.
Yep.
More boos or cheers?
That's a great question. I don't know, man, because we're playing at what? We're playing at home, right?
Playing in Miami Gardens, Hard Rock Stadium.
I think, dude,
Booze.
I don't. I mean, it's the Dolphins fans, man. Of course, we're gonna boo the shit out of them. Like, let's be real, right?
I mean, we're not Philly fans, but I think
half the fan base hated him when he was here.
Truth.
I mean, let's be honest.
Truth. All right, man. Let's get into our final segments of the show where we're doing quick fire questions. The first portion of this is buy, sell, or hold.
Chat.
If you choose to buy,
Chime in.
Yeah, chat, you're going to chime in too. So chat, if you choose to buy, that means you're all in on the statement that we're about to make. If you choose to hold, you're don't do that. If you choose to sell, you're not buying it. That means you disagree with the statement. Hold as if obviously you need to see more, which I don't cop out. Don't do that one. Do buy or sell.
I'm gonna cop out every one of them now.
Don't do it. All right. You want me to start or you want to start?
Age before beauty. Oh wait, I think I'm older. Shit.
You're older. A10 ends the year top 3 in running back usage, rushing yards, total yards, and TDs.
Finish the year top 3. Yeah.
Top 3 in usage, yards, and touchdowns.
I'm in. I'm all in.
Yeah.
I am.
You know I am. You saw my bold prediction. 2,500 yards this year for A10.
Yep. I think he is obviously the most talented player on this roster, not just on the offensive side. I think some of the cues that we've received from our coaching staff and our front office and the contract that we gave him indicates that he is going to be heavily involved. And I understand that there was that one comment that half said in very tongue in cheek, like, oh, hope he's in good shape. And then he backtracked. I get it. But I do think that there's some truth to it. And looking at the landscape, and
2K Chan, baby, let's go.
I love that. That should be I might change my fantasy football name to that.
Fantasy name, yeah.
I do think that he is top 3 in those plus some.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, I mean,
are we alternating? You read it. You want to read these all?
Yeah, I can read them.
Okay.
Miami's offensive line will be better than expected and will be healthy the entire year or most of it.
Answer it. What do you think?
Sell. No, not buying it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. I see 3 out of 5 being really good. Savannah, you got to earn something, my friend. And Austin Jackson, you're trash. Get the hell out of here.
I'm all in on this.
Woo!
I think this is the best offensive line we had in close to a decade. I think Savannah being on the right side, playing the side of the line that he played at in college, has already shown that it's done wonders for him. We said that when we drafted him. Then Mike McDaniel decided to pair him up on the left side, and it made no fucking sense to us. Yeah. I think he's right where he needs to be. He was projected as an NFL guard, but he needs to be on the right side. The only question I have is Austin Jackson. Abel, stop beating me to my point.
Abel's on it, buddy. Sell.
I hate that you know me so well.
Get rid of it.
Austin Jackson is the linchpin of this offensive line, right? And I think the other 4, I feel insanely, like, fanatically insanely comfortable with. And I'm excited to see what this offensive line can do. I'm even more excited to see if Austin Jackson can finally get his shit together and stay healthy.
Jorge is in on both so far. Let's see if he's 3 for 3 on this one. Number 3, Caleb Douglas finishes this year leading the team in targets, yards, touchdowns in our wide receiver room in particular, not in the league. He leads our team in targets, yards,
just
and
the wide
touchdowns.
Receivers, because I think Achan leads everyone in all of those stats. But I put this.
I
made sure to say
wide receivers.
Yeah, just the wide receivers.
Targets, yards, and touchdowns.
I don't. Oh man, I want to be in on this. I'm holding. Sorry, I'm holding. I need to see more. Ask me this after next game.
I don't think he leads in all 3. So if that's the case, I have to sell. I do think he leads in yards and touchdowns, but not in targets. So I do think he's going to have a fantastic year. But yeah, Cat in the Hat is on the same page as me. He'll lead in yards, but Washington will lead in targets. I think
nailed it.
I think Halo has a really good chance of leading touchdowns too. It depends on how involved
he's
Chris
the red
Bell
zone
starts
guy.
to get. Yeah,
he's the red zone guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this one.
Number 4. We need a voiceover. Jacob Rodriguez becomes Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate.
I mean, I'm all in. You know my hot take. I had him winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think Jacob Rodriguez is going to be a fucking stud.
If it's just a candidate, I'll buy. Yeah,
yep.
I don't know if he will do enough to actually win it. But defensive rookie of the year candidate,
Mhm.
put me in there.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to win it. I just think he's going to be in the conversation, which I think is amazing.
Jorge's in on that one.
Hell yeah.
Cat in the Hat says depends on the broken ankle.
Yeah, I mean,
He's holding.
fair.
Oh, you holders.
This next one is all, I'm so excited to hear your thoughts
I think
because
you
you
know
are
my answer on this one already. I think it was one of my bold takes.
Here-
Number 5. Chop has his first 10-sack year of his career.
I'm all in on this.
Yeah, buddy. I'm
Yeah.
all in too. I think it's actually just 10. I think he hits 10.
You think he gets
but,
10? Yeah, I think
maybe
he gets
10 and a
11.
half.
I haven't gotten 11.
Yeah.
Okay, enough with the holds. Enough with the
See,
holds.
this is
dude.
what happens when you put holds in the show.
I broke the
notes. You're
seal.
The worst.
I broke the seal. I'm sorry.
Take it out. All right. Yeah. Chop Robinson, I think he's in. I mean, he's got to be in, man. He's got. If this is not the breakout year, when is? The Cat and Hat's got a dozen logs.
Let's
oh my
go.
goodness.
Fucking
Let's go.
book that shit, Cat.
Let's go. Jorge's all in. The
Let's do
chop
it.
hype is real.
Let's do it.
Bye from Abel. He's turned into NSYNC all of a sudden. Here we
no.
go.
I got him. How do I mute you?
No.
No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
We just lost 10 subscribers. Thank you.
Well, we gain and lose them so often I can't keep track anymore. All right. Last one in the buy, hold, sell category. If you haven't answered any of the previous ones, you can just do it now. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, 15
Whoa.
sacks. What is happening right here? Oh my
Jesus
goodness. That would be
Christ.
nearly enough to lead the league.
We're not
That's
gonna
insane.
be able to afford him if he gets 15 sacks.
Well, we'll have to. We have plenty of money coming up
I mean, that's
sooner.
fair.
Not this year. The Dolphins are better than people think. We need to put a number on this. The Dolphins are better than a 4-win team.
Oh, I'm not buying it at all.
Ooh.
Nope.
I am.
I don't want to
6
talk
wins.
too much about this because we do have a show coming up where we are going through the schedule.
We do. 6 wins.
I think we are at 4 wins.
Oh, you're such a savage. I think we
Yep.
got 6 in us. We can do it.
Hey, look, I hope to fucking God that I am wrong. Genuinely. I'm just trying to be for the integrity of the show, trying to be as realistic as my brain and heart will allow me to be.
I did the dance able, but you couldn't see it because we have this new screen thing, and I'm much narrower than I remember. And yeah, all right. Cat in the Hat's buying it though. More than 4 wins. Here we
I
go.
like it.
Jorge's in. More than 4 wins. Let's
I like
go.
Guys,
Let's
don't
go.
crucify me. I hope I'm wrong.
Fins up, baby. All right. That's the outro though. We can't do that yet.
Nope.
All right, guys. We have a couple more quick fire questions. This isn't really buy, hold, sell on these though.
Jesus.
This is just quick answers. All right.
This is crazy, Jorge. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. 7 wins.
7.
That's
Keep it
insane.
7.
That's
Abel's
insane.
above 4 too. He's at 5. That's still above it.
That's
still above.
yeah. All right. Hey, that's a foot across the line. That's all that it
It's
takes.
good enough to stay out of the first overall pick,
Well,
but not good enough to stay out of the second.
probably if we win 5 wins, we're probably picking 6th.
It's in the top 10. Who cares?
Mhm.
All right. Josh, question for you.
Yeah.
What is the position you are still? This is quick fire.
Yep.
What's the
One
position
sentence.
you're still worried about?
One sentence, which you know I'm bad at.
You're great at it.
Cornerback. The cornerback room. The more I watch, the more I listen, the more I read, the more I'm worried. Anthony.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing you feel much better about than you did when we entered camp.
There is not much there, sir.
It can be all of the rookies. It could be the wide receiver room. It could be Caleb Douglas. You fucking hated that pick when we made it. So did I.
Yeah, I actually
know?
feel halfway decent about the receiver room, to be honest with you. I think the
Kazmarek, right?
Yeah, I mean Kazmarek's up there too. I feel good about the receiving options, I'll say. I think that, Dolchik, Sims, and Kazmarek at tight end. I think Chris Bell being back so soon is amazing.
Huge.
With Douglas and Coleman and Washington. Yeah. I feel much better about the receiving options than I did coming into it.
So this is Katz. What he's still worried about is the quarterback,
100%.
I believe.
100%.
Secondary, he agreed.
I always forget about coach. That's such a good one.
Yeah, coach is good. I think this was Katz.
Feel better about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Abel's edge, which, yeah, I think coach and edge makes total sense.
Abel, you feel better about the edge or you feel worse about the edge?
Oh, yeah.
I feel worse.
That's a
about
good point. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel better about Chop.
These last two are for both of us, by the way.
Yep. And the chat.
And the chat.
All
The chat's
7
always
ones.
involved. Chat, you
Always.
answer every single thing.
Please.
Please. Love you. Kisses. Biggest surprise of the preseason?
For me, it has to be Kazmarek, man. You know, my normal go-to is Caleb Douglas.
Yeah. We ask this question almost every show, by the way.
Every
it
show.
changes every week.
It does. It does. And that's what I love about having a young rebuilding team is that you get to have you can have the same question and have a different answer every time. And I think I was super elated when we drafted him. I thought Kazmarek was an elite level blocker coming out of college. I know he was a receiving tight end before he went to Ohio State. I wasn't sure how it was going to translate, and he's been looking really fucking good at the tight end position. We just talked about him. So, what about you?
Jackson Woodard, man, I thought the first game against the Commanders was just a flash in the pan. Maybe he got lucky. I don't know what was going on, but then he does it again against the Giants. I mean, listen, he makes the team probably as a special teams contributor, but this kid has looked and performed at a high level for what he's been asked to do, and that's great for our linebacker depth.
I love it. I love it. Looks like Jorge says Caleb.
Yeah,
Caleb. More.
Abel's worried about Chop, by the way. I don't know if you want to throw that up there. Yep.
I mean, yeah, he's it.
Or not worried about Chop. He's worried about the edge room. Apologies.
He's it. Chop is it because nobody else is good. Yeah.
Unless you like Max Llewellyn.
I don't.
Yeah. Abel also thinks Caleb is the biggest surprise of the preseason. All right. Final question of the day, ladies and gentlemen of the chat. We ask this one every week as well. We want to gauge how it's changing. What is your confidence level in Miami heading into week 1 of the regular season?
It's 1 out of 10. So throw your numbers in the chat.
A number out of 10.
Yeah. You
don't have to choose 1.
No, 1 or 10. I think right now, I mean, there are too many questions. We haven't seen the offense. The starters, I should say, sorry. We've seen offense and defense. Yeah. We haven't seen the starters play. Right now, I am smack dab in the middle out of 5. Just because there are some good things. There are some, we talked about them. There are some concerning things. We've talked about those. And I just think I'm curious to ask this very same question in our game recap. Should the starters play a substantial amount of time?
Yeah, I think we asked this question on Monday, and my answer was a 4, and now it's Wednesday, and my answer is still a 4. I feel slightly below confident on this, below average confidence on the team right now. I think that there is, wow, that's some confidence in the chat, which we'll get to in a second, but I believe there's a real lack of talent on this team. It's becoming more and more obvious as we play more and more football that it's becoming real. Right.
Yeah. Well, we knew it. Let's be honest. We knew it.
We knew it, but it's becoming real. Okay.
Yeah.
We had 13 draft picks. Maybe all 13 of them could be superstars.
Okay.
Turns out they're not.
Yeah. And I'll win the lottery tomorrow.
You could. Jorge has a 5. Cat in a Hat has a 6 to 7.
That's wild.
Interesting. I'm down there watching them every day, so I don't know what's going on down there.
I mean, yeah.
What are they putting in the air in that stadium? This is because it's going into week 1. That's a good point. Most winnable game of the season: rookie, quarterback, or Cousins. This is our best chance at a win. You are not wrong. You're not wrong.
True. I mean, I think the two Jets games are also fairly winnable as well.
Jorge had a 3 on Monday. 2 days later, he has a 5.
True. Look at that. I think I had a super low too, didn't I? I had like a 3. I think
something like that.
Yeah.
A great coach can make a bad player good, where a bad coach will make a great player bad. This is so true. I do think coaching is going to make a significant difference for us. We'll see if we have the right guys pretty early on.
Well, no.
All right, you guys in the chat have been absolutely amazing tonight. Incredible. I am sad to say that I have to close out the show now, but we will be back on Monday to talk about what happened in the Falcons-Dolphins game, which I think is Friday night at 7, I remember correctly.
I don't know about 7, but it is Friday.
Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe, is the Dolphins versus Falcons. It's the final preseason game of the year, and then we get 2 weeks off before we see any football, Dolphins football, in the regular season. So we will
be live.
We will be live on Mondays and Wednesdays still. We've planned out shows for this very big gap here. But also it's fantasy football week, so good luck on all your fantasy football drafts out there. Don't ask me for advice. I used to be really good at it. Now I suck. So
you had a killer draft this year, bro.
I did.
mean, you had
but
the
like I
number one
used to
overall pick,
do a
but-
fantasy football podcast, and I was very good at fantasy football back
Mhm.
then because I was talking about it all the time. But now I am just awful. Yeah. All right. For Josh, aka Aqua Hits, over here to my left, I'm Anthony Pinzone. This has been the 305 Gridiron. If you are not yet subscribed, please hit that button. It helps us out a ton. Hit the like button too. That helps us out even more. Appreciate all of you so much. And until Monday, have a fantastic evening, a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the game, and fins up, baby.